Let's see if this will actually work. Got to pull up chat for YouTube and we'll just... Oh, that is loud. Thank you, YouTube channel. All right. Now let's just get chat to go pop out. Boom. All right. You can just get rid of this. This over here. Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's see how long I can go before OBS destroys my screen and I have to reset constantly. I've been having a lot of difficulties with my streaming software. I have no clue why. Sensitivity's working all right so far, but randomly I'll just lose connection with my pen to my tablet, so then I just have to literally unplug and plug my tablet in, which just messes up everything. So but yeah, here we are. We're doing work. If this is a good way to get me motivated to keep doing stuff, then why not? I just thought to myself, if I was going to stream, I should stream some Guardian related stuff, so then anything else people aren't going to be spamming in chat. Oh, are you making the Guardian series still? This is literally right in front of you. But yeah, we're just going to be well, I have the storyboard through this pretty much done for the first part, but we're going to what's it called? We're gonna kind of polish it a bit to make it a little bit more professional in terms of storyboarding. So that's what we're doing. Did my head shrink? 1 second. No, my face tracking's looking all right. Supposedly, I don't know. It'll probably lose tracking because I aim my head down so far. I tilt it so ridiculously low when I draw, so it kind of loses the tracking, but so far it's looking pretty decent. Anywho, let's continue this. I'm just gonna flesh out a little bit more, like do some background stuff. The aim here is to make it look nicer, but also not dwell too long on it. So for here, we'll just see here, let's go 50%, and then we'll just gonna draw some squiggly lines for background. That looks good. All right. Let's pull up chat again. Had to minimize it. How many Guardians did you miss? You didn't miss any. I haven't been working. So how's everyone doing this lovely Thursday midday? Morning to some, evening to others. Have I thought of an official name of the series yet? Yeah, it's Angel. German for angel. In fact, my plan is not to be, it's not gonna be called the Guardian or what have you. That's just the title for the characters, but the characters don't really reference themselves as that in a way. That makes sense. I kind of want to get away from that little stigma. Not stigma, but I don't know. Kind of want to refresh some things. Oh, crud. There we go. There's a lot of people here. Holy crap. Welcome, guys. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. It's like I have 2 chats. It's being so friendly. I'm being really rough with this, like, coloring. I could use the autofill option where it will, like, find gaps in the fills when I use the paint bucket tool. However, I'm just afraid. That's when most of my crashes have been happening with the autofill, like the computer system that, for whatever reason, trying to determine what's an autofill or what's a gap that it can close, it just kind of crashes the program. I'm just kind of doing it manually, making it messy. Some scribblies here. Kind of get the idea what's happening. Something's glowing in his hand. And then I've already done this. I should go to American Got Talent. Well, that would be interesting. All right, this is my act. Just please wait 12 to 36 hours and I'll give you a bouncy ball animation. Ooh, the crowd is tense. He's really working on it. Look at him. Guess we can just do this. Whoops. We need to get the background from before, right here. Bring that over. Right here, possibly. Oh, I was close. VTube setup looks fantastic. How long did it take to set up? You know, it took much shorter than I was anticipating. I had to learn a new program, watch a lot of tutorial videos. It took about like a week and a half to get it all set up, and it's still a lot of improvement that I want to work on. I just kind of want to focus on this before, or at least get a good chunk into this before I take a break and try to set this up, because there's some things I want to tweak. The eyebrows are kind of wonky. My eyes are a little bit wonky. I want to change them. So like, for instance, I want to like change it so if I'm like smiling or laughing, the eyes will change to that, because the character's wearing a mask, so it's kind of hard to see emotion in it. So if I'm, laughing, it's just kind of a blank stare. I try to make it a little bit more expressive, but so far it's very serviceable. Hold on one second. I'm gonna close my door so I'm not too loud for the missus. You've been working too long, you need to rest. I wholeheartedly disagree. I haven't been working at all. I've been really putting a lot of things off. It's only been like 5 years. I see all these artists online talk about burnout and what have you, how they're working too hard and they're, being physically affected by it. And here I am just like, I don't think that's physically possible for me. I don't think I can burn out. I can't even burn. All right. Let's precious animation of his kiddo and wife was up on his Twitter recently. Just to clarify, my kiddo is a German Shepherd. I do not have an actual human child. All right, let's keep doing this. This is a little bit wonky because what I'm doing, you can kind of see it's kind of overlaid ridiculously, but I'm redoing a lot of stuff. So this orange line stuff I'm getting rid of. So it's a little bit muddled. That's why I have it vanished. Hopefully it won't be too technical with stuff. All right, let's go back to frame. Do onion skin. No, yeah, I've been wanting to stream for a while this past week because I just finally got my Epic Pro Gamer stream set up in my room. Sounds ridiculous, but what it means, I just got my microphone cord ready, and a microphone arm and pop filter and all that stuff. So now my setup is a lot more professional looking, and the audio is a little bit better versus my my headset microphone, which frankly really is bad quality. Why is it so blurry? I don't know. Right now, yeah, the image right now is a little bit low blurriness. Well, thank you for the follow, Andia. Ooh woo. Alright, that's a little bit better. I don't know why I'm tracing this. It's just a storyboard. I'll just take it. the doots in this song make me think I'm disconnecting USB stuff. It's like doo-doo. And it gets me instantly like, wait, what? Yeah, right there. Weird. Oh, my hands are not that good. I'll move his hand. Up like that. And then he's like, But first, actually, we need to do a shot of Claire for this. She's kind of like marveling. This entity floating in front of him, or in front of her. Get rid of those. What software do I use? I use Adobe Animate. So that's good. Let's move the frames over. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I have to edit for like frame timing and stuff. I'm just kind of mashing it all together. Do you have other media I can follow you on? Mostly my Twitter. I have a Facebook account, but I haven't touched that in many years. I'm most active on Twitter, and that's pretty much it. I should get an Instagram account, but I just don't have much to really post. I want to say that you've been a big inspiration for me. Well, thank you. It warms my heart hearing stuff like that. All right, let's do that. Then we're just gonna grab an image that I already drew over here. Ooh, let's get rid of the orange. Get rid of the orange. Don't need it anymore. Just move these frames over. Right there. To be honest, I'm hyped to hear any vocals you might have planned if you turn to voice actors for the series. You know, I'm not at that level yet. I would like it to be at that level at some point, but it's a lot of variables I have to figure out. I was considering trying to get voice acting for this animation, not for actual dialogue, but for just like sound effects, if that makes sense. Like if you've I forget the name, like Tales of Vesperia? I don't remember what animation does it, but it's like they use silent storytelling for their animations, but they still have voice acting where it's just like kind of like grunts and groans and kind of stuff like that. Just enough to give a little bit character so it's not completely silent. I'm considering doing that for this one. It's just I don't know. I just have to. I have no experience in like, you know, auditioning and stuff, and I don't know. Get rid of that. Move this up. Yeah, sorry for this being just kind of very uneventful. I'm just moving frames around at the moment. Get rid of this. Get rid of... Whoops, not that. This. Get rid of the orange. Get rid of the orange. Oh yeah, we should do backgrounds for this part, at least. Wait a second. Oh no! I screwed up. I drew this background on the wrong layer. Whoopsies. There we go. And get myself a little bit more adjusted here. Just a quick little background here, just enough to push it out a bit. This we can just do this. Again, really scribbly kind of stuff I'm not too hung up on, just to give it a little bit more substance. She'll just do like a blink, kind of just like, what? Not know what's going on. Sorry, I haven't checked chat in a hot minute. What's ever going on? Tales of Althernia? I think so. It's like the one where the two guys go on an adventure and they find some ancient treasure, and then they're making a board game now for it. It's a really well done animated series. But they use that kind of method, and that's what I'm trying to strive for, is storytelling without dialogue, which is very difficult, and one of the main reasons why this hasn't been made, this animation has taken so long, is, man, it's hard to explain things without people explaining what's happening. But at this point, this far into it, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. It might be confusing, but I need to finish this, so. If you need help monitoring your YouTube comments, I'd be happy to help if you ever need it. Well, that is true. I have no... My chat is just the Wild West at this point. So I definitely in the future here, I'll have to start considering options for that. But yeah, I appreciate the offer. Wait, is the Explorer going to be in this one? Like, I seen orange right away and thought about the Explorer. No, he's not. I just used orange for the brush color for the first draft, so. But now I'm starting to color code the characters specifically, so. All right, let's get back to this. But yeah, like I was saying before with this, there's a lot going on in this animation. But yeah, this is very messy. Very messy stuff. Part of me can't decide whether if I should be just polishing the storyboard or just jump straight into the animation. Like, are you doing this because you want it to look a little professional and you want it to get a little bit, make the process easier in the future, or are you doing this because you're terrified of actually jumping into the animation portion because of the fear of failure? Or the fear, not the fear of failure per se, but the fear of frustration, realizing, oh, I bit off a little more than I can chew. How am I gonna how do I animate this? How was I supposed to do this? Because I have big ideas. I can be an idea guy, but executing it, that's a whole other beast. I suppose we will see in the future here. Go to this to get a little bit more of a accurate look of what they're supposed to look like. That works out. Oops, didn't mean to delete that. Do you know any time that you think you're gonna finish on? Nope. I have no clue. I could be dedicated to this full time, quit my job, and work every day, 8-hour, 10-hour days, just go all out, and I still wouldn't know how long this would take. I still wouldn't have an accurate idea. But you know, if I start getting more in the juicy bits of this and start getting not motivation, but just getting a habit of doing more in a consistent manner, then you know, you guys will have the best idea of when it will come out because you'll be seeing the process. You see, this matches you are king today, and everyone here is your servants. Bow before me. If only I had a PNG of a crown. Could just put it on my VTuber rig. And this is very messy, but that's the point. Just leave it at that. Why be a god when you can be narrow? Yes. Alright, then just Alright, let's move this down. Yikes. So then, yeah, he shows a little flame. Then we'll move over. What's it called? We'll move over to this part. Where is it? Ah, this frame. Actually, no, we don't need to do this frame. What am I thinking? Undo that. Rubbing through this crazy. Oh boy. So yeah, he looks at the fire, and then we'll do a close-up. Do a close-up of that shot. This really easy. Whoop. Make it big. Whoops. And Darth Tofu, thanks for the sub. As always, good sir. Appreciate the support. Oh no, I'm a dumb idiot. I thought I moved it, or I made another frame. Whoops. Let's just put that back where we put it, or where it came from. Move this frame over. Alright, why don't we just... Whoops. So far the tablet's been working though. I like that. There's been any crazy glitches. Just delete this. Oops. And we'll make this bigger. I have like a close-up shot. Now, you're gonna send me a gift on Twitter. Wow, I appreciate that. That's great. So anyway, I'm an inspiration animation. Well, thank you. Okay. Am I using Face Rig or Live 2D? Well, I use Live 2D to make the rig itself, but I'm using a program called PRPR 2D. No, PRPR Live. Yeah, PRPR Live, and that's just a face rig just specifically for Live 2D models. Face rig was really glitchy for me on my computer for whatever reason, and it was expensive. So I refunded it and got PRPR because that's specifically for Live 2D models and not 3D. So it's a little bit smoother. Anyways. Alright, we're gonna do... We're gonna do a little shot of her kind of marveling at that thingamajig. For a second, go frame. Have you ever heard of anyone working on a show because they were inspired by you? No. Definitely not. That'd be neat, but no. This one's gonna be weird. I always have trouble drawing Claire from the front. Especially when she's a little girl, because she's got the chubby cheeks. But I never get a angle that it looks good. The artist reflex. Yeah. When I lose tracking on this, just know it's because my head is contorted in such a way that even the face rig can't understand what's happening. Big O face. Oh, but not like too crazy. Just kind of like... I don't like that. we'll fix it later. I just need to get this head done. We're just gonna mirror it because my hand just does not want to cooperate with me. I prefer lineless cartoon lines or colored lines. You mean personally? I don't know. I do lines. I don't have lineless is really difficult for me. At least like realistically, if like painting and stuff, I have trouble like trying to figure out like establish how that would work in my head. This doesn't look that great. I need to fix this. No, what the heck? Oh, I said copy this. Copy, paste. Oh, what, you're gonna make me? Well, you know, do what you feel most comfortable. That's looking pretty good. What happened to that evil guy in The Guardian? I don't know. It's a little too big. I might need to shrink it down. The animation in the corner actually linked to you? You mean my face rig? Yeah, it's tracking my face. No, I didn't mean to rotate it. Whoops. Should make it even smaller. This. A random question, but how old am I? How old am I? I'm, actually, probably should have her hair, maybe, yeah, we should have it like that. I'm gonna cover her cheeks like that. How old am I? I'm 27. I'm getting old. She marvels in amazement at the glowy thing, and then we get to the... Whoa, it's... My face tracking was going crazy when I was drinking my water. Do you have any tips on coming up with stories? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm still learning. I'm not that great of a storyteller. Still figuring things out. It's there's probably some resources out there. I just take elements that I'm inspired by, I guess, and try to spin it in my own kind of way. But let's keep an eye on those Twitter DMs. I will. What am I doing? I should just do this. All the way back. Right here. Copy. The Clairvoyant. I went too far forward. There we go. If I was good, I would start animating. The only way you're gonna get good is by doing it. That's all I can really say. All right, so get this next part and we'll paste this in place. It's going to be a zoom in. Numbin CR, thank you for the follow. Actually, we'll keep him around so we can use him as a reference. Because we're gonna have a shot like that where he's gonna come into frame, then crouch down, and then hand her the little glowy flame. How'd you make the face rig thing? Is it 3D? It's actually not 3D. It's one static image that I've warped to make it look like it's 3D. See you later, Lieutenant Twunk. Thanks for joining the stream. But yeah, I use Live 2D to make the face rig, and then I use PRPR Live to it's a program that will actually make it track my face. So, anywho, we got to use this as a reference here. If we did this. This right here, so well, then he'd probably have to do like a crouch thing. Let's see here. Okay, my brain is at a blank right now. I know what I need to do, but my brain doesn't want to cooperate. Give me a second. Don't want to delete him. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this like that, lock it so I don't accidentally delete it, and then we'll start doodling here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was not supposed to happen. There. So he'd be crouching, so maybe... Gonna do a Stickman rendition, or at the moment, to see if I can again, this is very, very rough, but I'm trying to get an idea. Oops. Maybe we grab this guy and we shrink it just a little bit more. So the other magical gem that the monster takes, also green, or is it different color? Magical gem. Oh, you mean the flame? I don't know. The monster also takes is also green. Oh, you mean, oh yeah, from this animation. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I kind of wanted to do different colors, but then I'd have to like explain that in a way. It's like, why are they different colors and stuff? It's like, I might just have everything the same color. I'm not sure yet. And here's the part where I don't like the pose that this is going on, and I want to fix it. But I cannot. Let's see here. And then just crouch down. I don't know why I'm drawing down here. I think it just gives me a better idea how it's going to look. I know it's not going to be in frame, but very rough. Something just glitched out on my computer. I don't know what. See you later, Zomboy. Thank you for joining the stream. All right, so sorry if this process is very slow. Just one step at a time. The Guardian song was amazing. How did you get the rights? You mean in the original Guardian? The Lindsey Sterling song? Because I most definitely did not get the rights from that. That was just me using a song I liked. I do not make money from my Guardian video. I used to, back when I first made it. I was actually able to get in contact with Lindsey Sterling about it way back when, and asked if I could monetize this video with her song in it, or just more so just use it. And she said, yeah, sure. And I had monetization for about like a year, and then she got really popular, and then she got really popular, and next thing you know, I get a copyright strike on my channel. Like, oh, it's copyrighted now. So then I stopped making money from it. But I kind of expected that. Now I won't even touch any music unless I either get I commission someone for it. And yeah, just straight up commission someone for it. Very, very sloppy. Did she cut you off, or did YouTube just count her song as an official music video? I don't know. I don't know what that means. It wasn't like it, you know, if anything, just think of The Guardian as this. It was a fan animation from a song, a fan music video. It wasn't, there was nothing for it that was like official capacity of any sorts. I just had permission to use it for my little animation. And that was it. She actually has, I think, a music video of that song. I don't know how I feel about this. Hand's a little big. Make that down a bit. Or we get rid of it entirely and figure it out from there. Oh boy. Gotta draw sticks for hands to figure out how the fingers work. Which iPad am I using? I'm using a Wacom Cintiq, a no iPad. It's fire. Ooh. Oh. Cavemen like fire. Whoops. This is very sloppy. I don't know if I want to keep his hand down like this. I kind of do, because it's like, oh, I'll put my hands between this, but his hands got these big gold gauntlets, so I don't know if that just, I don't know if that translates well. I just have to tweak it some bit. But it normally looks without the big old gauntlets on him. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. So then how would that work? It would just be... yeah, just like that. That works. At least until I have to actually do it and make it look pretty. Then I'll be kicking myself and be like, why did you make this so hard, Nick? Oh, wait. Should be even down lower. Think about that. Usually when I'm working alone, this would be my part, the part where I'd actually squat in my room to like get the feel for it, but we won't do that. See you later, Taha Blit. Thank you for stopping by. Hips drop down way lower when you squat. Yeah, that's what I assumed. That. And then we just make him lean forward. At least until I actually get a reference and figure it out. All right, that works. Works for me. All right, let's get to the next frame here. Have him standing. Be like this, and then this. Big old boots. Might wanna, he's a little bit taller. Everyone please tell Nero to get some sleep. Honestly, I really don't need sleep. I made my character look tired because at the time that I made this character or I made this rig, I was working night shift, and then that's when I definitely needed sleep. But I've been actually having a very comfortable sleep schedule. I'm getting 8 hours every day, so I actually am okay with sleep so far. Until I go back to night shift, then that'll be something. If anything, I just like to make my character look tired because I just my very soul is tired. No. I don't know. Just thinking about art and stuff makes me feel tired, even though I physically am not tired. It comes over. Everyone's still doing good. Everyone's still entertained, at least a little bit. This is kind of a bit of a slog here. That's mostly with storyboarding. It's like 90% of me thinking about how something's supposed to look, and then actually drawing, and then staring at the drawing for a while thinking, this doesn't look right, and then fixing it. He's moving his way in right here. I'll just put his arm like right here. Again, nothing too fancy, just kind of moves into the frame and then squats down in front of her. Are you at the thumb stage, or are you just going straight in the roughs? I'm in some limbo between the both, I feel. I'm not really animating, I'm just making... what's it called? It is like it is definitely storyboarding, but just I'm not in the actual animation process of it. I'm just making it look nicer so I can frame it a little bit better. Comes in. So you're on the cleans for your boards. Oh yeah, Lamont, you would probably know because you're in the professional business. I've never had a job in that, so I have no clue what I'm just doing what feels like I need to be done. I'm probably making it a lot harder for myself, but I definitely definitely wouldn't mind some experience in that, because it'd probably help my workflow immensely. Okay. second. Okay. Okay. Figuring this out. Oh yeah. Do you know any good animation apps for tablet? I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions. For an app for tablets, I don't know. I don't have a. I use a Wacom Cintiq, but that's just a screen tablet that connects to my computer. It's not like an actual like iPad or anything. So I guess I don't know. Yeah, he just walks in, all casual like, and then squats down in front of her. Hello, Pie Lord. Welcome to the stream. Probably should do, oops, and in between here to kind of make it a little bit more transition a little bit better. Ooh, this is just a noisy mess. Oh, that's why. Get this out of here. Get this out of here, too. Oops. Aren't you the guy who made The Guardian? Why, yes. That was me, unfortunately. It is him. The man who made the animation. There we go. A little bit better of a transmission. It's crazy when you grow up in a town and like myself and just kind of shut yourself in growing up. So then you're like, oh, didn't know you lived here. I just don't get out much. There was like a whole group of people, this homeschool family that lived a couple houses down from my hometown or from where I grew up. And they were my age. They had all the same interests in mine. They were really fun to play with or hang out with. And I didn't know, and I didn't hang out with them until I was already on my way out to college for like a summer. And I'm like, you guys lived here your whole life? Just 2 houses down, and I didn't know about it? We would have been great friends as kids. And I never went out, so it was sad. But they're good. They're very good people. Cool. All right. What do I do next? Crap. I didn't think this far ahead. Do I know anyone where I live? Currently? Like one person? Oh, we don't really hang out all that much. Mainly because I'm just introverted fool. The what the okay. But no, other than that, nobody, everyone that I knew that I hung out with a lot, they all moved out of the area that I'm living in. So it's a bit lonely. And then we go to... Oh yeah, we'll just have him extend it out and just kind of float towards her. Do that. I'm too lazy to draw the frames, so I'm just gonna move things around. You know, fan art of things like fan stories and the such is still really good. I mean, you can't technically publish it because of copyright, but it's always good to do those because it still gets you into the storytelling, or gets you working your brain on storytelling until you know, you start making stuff of your own accord and whatnot. And there's a lot of people who done fan art and fan stories and whatnot and have gotten actual jobs in the work that they've been doing fan art and fan stories for. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited for more of the series to come out. Me too. The thing is getting it done. I think my pup is upset that I've trapped him in here. Get rid of this, get rid of this. The Clairvoyant. That's the way it's gonna show. It's just this basic font on white. That's how I'm gonna get it. That's how I'm gonna start it. I'm just kidding. At the end of the prologue of the Clairvoyant, what is that thing the Clairvoyant drew on the kid's forehead? Well, first off, he is not the Clairvoyant. The Clairvoyant is the little girl. And second off, I have no idea. See, that's what's fun about making animations, and you're like, this is a cool idea, and then you actually have to think about how to explain it. So we're just gonna say that's just how it happened. We don't know. I got any spoopy stories in your brain? I mean, yes, once upon a time, there was a guy who got killed. The end. That's pretty spooky, right? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Just kidding. Ah, truly terrifying. Speaking of spoopy, thinking about doing another Phasmophobia run in the future here and streaming it in VR. It's a fun game. I just got to get the friends to do it. Wait, so is the blue light beam in the Explorer the girl? Yeah, I suppose. I just know going forward to all those mega fans out there making theories and stuff. It's been so long since I've made those videos, and I've come to realize that I probably am not going to follow what exactly happens in that. So just consider things being soft rebooted in the sense, because I don't know what I was doing with that. I was just doing Avengers kind of moment because that was the big deal back then. It's like, oh, we're gonna get a whole team of people and stuff. So I started doing colors out of nowhere without any idea what I was gonna do with it. So at the moment, just consider those last animations, other than the prologue of the Clairvoyant, consider it just a proof of concept, a little bit of a non-canon kind of situation. Because I kind of want to, change some things up on that, because it kind of, with the way I was thinking, it's just gonna way it's going, it's just really difficult to place that. But yes, technically, yeah, they're supposed to be the different colors and different things. I guess, I don't know. Especially the original one, the original Guardian video that I made, was it 10 years ago now, or close to 10 years, or was that 2011 when I did? So almost 10 years. That yeah, that is definitely not a canon thing anymore. The characters in it, they just, again, don't know what I'm doing with it. I have some inkling of what I'm doing with this animation, but it kind of contradicts a lot of things in the previous animations, so I'm just gonna go with it. And remember Jack episode 1? I'd like to forget that. My first and only time I ever tried doing voice acting. Then cringing so hard after making it, like, thinking, I'm never doing this again. Adrian can draw, thank you for the follow. And Infinify, thank you for the follow as well. Bringing this back, we're gonna actually, I'm gonna actually have to put it. Move this to arrange. Let's see. Align, that's what it is. Horizontal center. Oh God! What has happened? No, I don't want that. Just wanted to Move her more in the center of the screen. Jeez. You have some advice for me? Well, let's hear it. Do you have any idea what a guardian is exactly like? What makes someone a guardian, and is there any lore? Yes, I have some lore. I do have some base lore stuff, and I was considering making just a little snippet, just like get someone or have myself try a voice acting again, and having just a little like 1 minute kind of intro just to kind of like explain the background of all of it. Just like, you know, once upon a time there lived two kingdoms kind of situation, and have like a little storybook kind of effect, or just like old sketches of things. Just have like that, because I feel like I could make that pretty quickly versus making a fully fledged animation, because it's not much animation at all. It's just like just a pile of context. But at the same time, I'd have to really think about it, and actually, because I have it in my head, but writing it down is another beast entirely. Hey, you should do a playthrough of a Valve game. Last year I did not a full playthrough, but I did a good chunk of Half-Life Alyx on VR. I playthrough through that on my Twitch channel. Oh yeah. Anywho, we're gonna shrink her. Ooh. We blued her face. There we go. Have you ever done pixel art, and if so, how painful was it? I've never done pixel art. Never even attempted. I've done recolors back in the day, back when I was making like Sonic sprite animations on Newgrounds. I did like recolors and stuff. Unfortunately, all those animations were lost in the ether because they were so bad they couldn't even be on Newgrounds. So I had my own separate website that I posted them on. And after many years, the website, that company that hosts the websites, went down. So then all of my old animations went down with it. And I didn't save anything when I got my own computer and stuff, because it was on my parents' old Windows 98 computer. So they trashed that fairly quickly after upgrading, and I didn't really think about it. Like, oh well, it's online, it's no big deal. But then, gone. Music is definitely a huge inspiration for my stuff. Crud. All right, let's Do you play music whilst you work? Yes, most of the time. Mostly not this stuff. Usually, it's not like this. This stuff is just copyright free, so I can stream, and you guys have some tunes to listen to while I'm working. What do you use to make your animations? Adobe Animate. There we go. Living with Sandwich. Thank you for the follow. Who remembers his Minecraft series? Nobody should remember that. One of my ADHD symptoms of, Let's Plays are becoming a thing. Why don't I try a Let's Play of Minecraft? Then get like 3 episodes in and then just lose interest and never do it again. Is it hard to make animations? Yes. Very much so. Sure, you could have a knack for it, you can have talent, but it takes a lot of work. We shouldn't have it like this. Maybe it should just like enter and like go into her chest, kind of like absorbs it. Like, oh, here's the power to your heart, and now you have the power. Probably a better option. Because then I have a close-up for her doing the transformation part, which would be kind of cool. Because we have a transition, we're gonna have a transition from this of her kind of transforming with like the symbol on her head and stuff, and then it will do a hard cut where it'll say, I'll do the title sequence, and then it will cut to her face from the same kind of angle many years later, where she's sleeping and then wakes up. Yeah, I feel like that'd be a pretty good transition. Oh yeah. How do you pronounce her name? Claire. What if she eats it? I mean, it'd still go in her stomach, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot more that I've done. I mean, I have, this is like 5 minutes worth of storyboarding. I'm just kind of polishing it up from the start and kind of redoing the start bit. But yeah. Yeah, it's orange now because again, that was my first draft. I'm gonna change the colors, but I won't be doing much in polishing to this because this first part I did, it looks pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna change much of it. Just, set it up to be a little bit more easier on the eyes. But yeah. But yeah. The main work is just redoing this first part. Redoing this first part, and then going to, obviously recoloring the rest of that first section of the animation, and then going to the actual part where there's going to be like combat, I guess, and some like animation bits, action scenes per se. That's when I'll actually get into the nitty gritty and start like really thinking about fixing a lot of stuff, because I was just kind of running through it really fast, and I just want to take some time to actually polish that a bit more. But yeah, not much going on for this. How long have we been streaming? Been about 2 hours. Okay. Probably got about another hour in me, and then I'm gonna probably head out and have some lunch. So let's get this part done. Polish it some more. So I think this is the hardest part because it's like I want to. This looks good, but. Maybe I should just go right into her head. Oh no. Ah, I lost my cursor. There it is. For dislikes, people have the right to dislike. Little did you know, I dislike all my videos. I could just do that, or looking at the flame, and then just do like a hard cut black. Because this is technically just a dream sequence to try to do, I don't know. See, this is the part where if I dwell on the story for too long, I start seeing the cracks in it, and I want to just redo everything, just delete everything and restart it. But that doesn't help anyone at this point. Because then I'll just get another story that I'll eventually hate, or not hate, but just eventually figure out problems with it. So just undo some things here. Whoops. Just move this over here. Hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, Ancient Arc. It's going pretty good. Sorry if I missed your text there for a second. Usually, mostly the YouTube chat is a little bit more active, so I've been focused on that. But yeah, things are going all right. I'm just doing some storyboarding, trying to keep myself motivated, because this is the part of the time when, after a couple hours in, I have this overwhelming need to not do it anymore, which is unfortunate. Do not like that feeling. Ooh, you know. Come on. Use the fill button. There we go. Just have it load up to go like that, and why don't we move the eyes at the same time so they're not and then why is the clairvoyant in the ocean, by the way, on a piece of wood? Yeah, well, it was supposed to be implied that it was like some shipwreck of sorts, but really the context of that doesn't really matter too much. I try to make it not matter, at least. And with that, we will do this down here. Oops. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to move it down that far. Just moving frames around right now. Excuse me. We'll do a big ol' spark explosion. Again, some basic Whoops. I deleted the green little part. No. Fix that. Some really dinky explosion thing. I don't know. That's another thing I'll need to research is kind of effects, because my skills in effects are very rudimentary. Eh. Until I can think of a better idea, this will be the placeholder for now. It would be kind of cool though, because then my idea is either fade to white or fade to black in some way. But if there's just a big kind of like bright explosion kind of thing going on, then you have the title sequence. It'd be really cool to have it where, like for instance, not this one, but let me see here. Get the right color for it. You could become a millionaire just for his videos alone. You should think about joining an animation company. Oh, yes. You know, there was a phase in the last couple of years, like 2 years, where I was barely posting really anything at all. Those 2 years was me working on portfolio stuff, trying to beef it up, trying to make it look nice, and hoping for the best to apply to as many animation companies as I possibly could, because I just got out of college, and I have my degree in animation, and all that fun stuff. And in those couple of years, I got 2 replies back from different companies, and both of them were rejections, and then everyone else didn't, just straight up no response. So I would love to do an animation company, but as I can see from just my skill in general and just how my portfolio is, I don't think my work could be put in a professional setting, unfortunately. So, and this isn't really me trying to be like, oh, woe is me, this sucks, no one likes my work, no one sees me. But it's just like, I have a lot to work to do before I feel like I'm confident enough to, get back out there again to try to get something, because just from the silence itself was just loud enough to tell me, hey, you need to work on yourself on some things. I applied to be a animator at back when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new reboot, came out. When that was in development, I applied, tried my best to get into that because they were looking for animators, and it was for remote work, so I could work from home, didn't have to move anywhere, for Nickelodeon, but I never got a response, unfortunately. And that was the one that hurt the most, because after seeing the stuff that they made, it was like, this is exactly what I wanted to learn, or what I wanted to do, is these really cool fight scenes. They used Flash. It was just like, chef's kiss. It's going pretty average on the stream here. Nothing much is happening. I haven't done anything in the past like 20 minutes. I've just been kind of dilly-dallying, so I apologize. But no, what I was trying to say with this specifically, sorry, is I have just kind of like an explosion deal. It cuts to, I have all this space I need to cut out. This might get a little nutty here in a second. Remove frames. This is, again, very sloppy stuff, but my idea is just this very placeholdery, but it would show the clairvoyant, and then what I do is you would see it the explosion, and then you would see like the symbol kind of get burned on the screen, whether it be big or little, but it'd be burned on the screen, and then it will just do a soft fade to the actual symbol on her forehead while she's sleeping in the grass, like just a soft fade in, like this is where we are now. That'd be kind of a neat idea. Yeah, this little intro thing, this is all just like some dream sequence of sorts, kind of just to show the context of things, because kind of wanted to get people an idea, the viewer an idea of who this guy is, this feller. Because it's like, oh, the Guardian, he's supposed to have, he's always glowy, but I want to make it so he's not so much glowy in this. Kind of avoid a little bit of that, have a little bit of more of a context of the character itself. So it's like, well, it cuts to just him, kind of older, has a beard, yada yada, sleeping on a tree. But it's like people viewing this for the first time would be like, who the hell is this guy? Who is he? So that's why I have this little intro sequence, kind of like a dream sequence, where he kind of takes off his outer shell to show how he really looks. And this is him when he's younger. Good old Isaac. But yeah, it would show him as younger, and she's young, and then he goes and helps her and gives her powers. And then it cuts to, in the future. And then it's him, she's older, and he's older. That was the premise of this little intro thing. But yeah. Anywho, let's finish like filling in all this stuff. Oh yes, the people watching on Twitch, I'm streaming also on YouTube, so I'm talking to the Twitch, the YouTube chat as well. I just don't have it posted on I don't have it like coded on the stream itself, so people can't see what they're saying. for the dabs. All right. Gotta fill in all the little cracks so I can actually paint bucket fill this. There it is. Close up of that. She's like, whoa, cool. Oh, son of a gun, I did it again. I gotta draw on the right frame for the right layer. Hey guys, another thing, I always wondered what that black figure was, what the hat was called. Well, fun fact, he was, whoops, just hit my mic, my bad. He was the original animation was supposed to be Christmas related, so he was supposed to be just a generic Scrooge guy, Scrooge McDuck kind of dude. So that's why he has a top hat and cane and stuff. But then I didn't finish it in time for Christmas, so then instead of calling it the Guardian of Christmas, I changed it and just called it the Guardian, and just kept the Scrooge looking guy. But he will more than likely not be featured ever again because I really did not like his design. I only did it for the Christmas. All right, sorry. Let's keep working on this. Creepy looking seaweed stuff looking things in this weird creepy dream world. That. This is another thing too with this animation, at least with this file. I'm gonna have to start like sectioning it off even more. The storyboard itself that I have for the first part of this animation is roughly 10 minutes long, and I've sectioned it off every I've split the files off every like 3 or 4 minutes, so I have about like five-ish files of storyboard files. Actually, no, 4 or 3 actually. But yeah, I have to section off, or else Flash just starts getting really really wonky with the program. So like just simply moving a frame over, or moving it, like for instance, this guy, if I copy the background and paste it over here, it will take a good 20 seconds for it to do it, because it's very slow. Because Flash is great. Paste in place. We're waiting. Ah, there it is. That's the thing that's really dumb about this is I don't even this is just storyboard stuff. This is just very basic drawings. I'm not doing any crazy gradients and colors. It's just the fact that the longer the animation is, the more frames that you have, the slower the program becomes. How much am I going to section it when it comes to animation? Oh, I hopefully not too much, but I might have to just, section a lot and just start making subfolders of subfolders, which I really don't want, especially if I'm going to have music in it that's going to span over. Like, I like to time my music in the Flash itself, and I don't want to use any other, editing software to do that, but I might have to do that if it keeps going this way. And my computer ain't no slouch. It's an i9 9700K, not the 9900K, not that super expensive one, but it's still a decently pretty good CPU. And I got 2080 Ti graphics card. I don't think that really matters much for the Flash programs. And then 16 gigabytes of memory. Maybe I should upgrade to 32, but either way. Oh, I guess I can split audio now. That's nice. But yeah, that's just gonna be it's one of those things where I should think about, but I really don't want to, because it just stresses me out thinking about the organization of that. It's already, my folder's already a nightmare with my storyboards, because I had many ideas of how to approach things. So I'm like, oh, storyboard _3B. This is the B ending that I want. Oh, how about BC? Or like a lot of stuff like that. Oops. That, and we'll go to here. That's another thing too I need to really focus on doing is, with this, I'm doing things very sloppily, and my workflow and animation in general is just not that great. Like, there's probably a lot of shortcuts I can do. Like, I just recently just figured out, like, watching Zurel on his streams and how he like handles animation is very enlightening. Like he'll change, like if he's doing line art, he'll change an icon. Like if he's like drawing, I can't really think of an example, but he'll like draw a line, but then there's another line that goes over it and is like instead of like going over and erasing this line to make it a shape like this, he'll just use a different color, like the color blue, draw over the line. So he'd, like, for instance, he'd have a white circle, and then he'd just do blue, and then delete it like that, and then change this back to whatever color. And it's like such a simple thing, but like it blew my mind, because I'm like, wow, that is so much easier than just drawing and then erasing and trying to make it look nice that way. There's a lot of little things like that I need to really figure out to make my workflow a little bit faster. Like for instance, right now I'm doing a fill for this just to make it pop out from the background for the storyboard, and I could use the autofill the gap size or whatever, but I'm too afraid to, because Flash will sometimes crash when I do that. So I'm on gap searching duty. Since it's kind of messy, it's like whatever. Just group and ungroup while I erase. That's another thing too. I have no clue what grouping and ungrouping, like I've never used that feature at all. Sometimes I accidentally use it, and then I just undo everything, but there we go. Oh boy, this one's very messy. Very messy indeed. Here. Okay, Phil. Work with me here. You know, fine. I'll try this close small gaps. Okay, it's working pretty decent. Do it that way. Oh wait, there it is. I pressed the fill button like once too many times, and now the program's frozen. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, we're good. This is what I mean. Again, not too much problems on a fresh file, but when it gets big, when the file gets big, it's like all it takes is just a tiny bit, a little push for this thing to just go nuclear. There. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, paint behind. I honestly forgot about that. I actually do use that feature a lot for when I color stuff. I just kind of forgot it existed. Wow, much more efficient. Whoops. Should have been doing that in the first place. Ah. So I'm just gonna do regular for this because the fingers. There. Get a clearer picture. There we go. Oh, we gotta do the same thing. It's the same frame. Whatevs. Hey, thanks for the subscribe. This affair. Thank you. I hope you're having a great day. I am having a great day. Thank you very much for the subscription. I do appreciate it. Can you face reveal? Chat gone or something? I mean, I could do a face reveal, but I think the VR, the virtual, the VTuber angle is much more fun. You don't want to see my boring face. You can just see the cool face that I control. So you don't know what I really look like. And it's not really so much a reveal if you do any kind of like research, you'll know what I look like, especially on my YouTube channel. I've done film projects and such on my YouTube channel that just stars my lovely mug. Dio the Dino, thank you for the follow. And SC Jonas, thank you for the follow as well. Everyone's pooling in. I like it. There we go. I feel like I'm going really slow here. Cool. Chocolate Foxy 12, thanks for the follow. Boom, yeah. That's all we're doing here. Okay. What was the music used in The Guardian? I think I've heard it before. It's The Shadows by Lindsey Sterling. I feel like there's like a hole here somewhere. Right here. Lunmayar. I think I pronounced that wrong, but thanks for the follow. Oh boy. Missed that. Matt 0348, thank you for the follow. Not there. Gotta isolate where this stupid hole is. Where are you? There it is. Oops. Okay. Boom. Get beam. All right. So then we just need, oh yeah. I already have it here. Cool. And for this one. Right here. You taking fan ideas, suggestions for the clairvoyance? Question. No. Sorry. Is kind of one of the main things of why I didn't want to stream storyboarding, because I am brainstorming in this process and stuff, and I do, you know, input, you know, outside input's always appreciated, but honestly, it just gets a little bit muddled when people start throwing in suggestions that are just kind of way left field and stuff. So I just kind of, it's kind of like when, you know, you're playing a game and somebody's behind you and they're like, hey, you should go over here. Hey, you should do this. Why don't you headshot that guy? It's just like, it is from a good place, but my immediate reaction to that is just pure frustration and just stop. Leave me alone. And then it's like, if they do have a good idea, then it's like, oh, that's actually a good idea, and you put that in, then you gotta take the gamble of that person being like, well, now that I have helped you out, you should put me in the credits, and, you know, we should be partners in this because, you know, I made this animation for you. And I don't want to, you know, deal with that. Can we be friends? I mean, I am friends with everyone who clicks the subscribe button. Just kidding. No, yeah, we're all friends here. I'm having a little trouble getting back into the mindset for boarding. This is a nice watch. Well, Creed, you got some really cool characters going on, and I am genuinely excited for your series that you're working on. And I'm glad that you think that way, because I honestly don't know what I'm doing with boarding. Like, I've never approached it this specifically before. Like, I usually just start making an animatic of a character, and then just I'm like, oh, I'll draw them first and then figure out backgrounds later. And with this, I'm trying to approach it a little bit better. So, but yeah, the beginning part would just have like a pan down. So like, I haven't really done it yet, but it'd pan down to here. And then this is where I think I got it all pretty much colored, or just have the characters pop out at least. But yeah, it's just a scene where she's just in this weird bottom of the ocean kind of dreamscape place, I guess. Kind of like a nightmare. She's tied down. And then the garden comes to save her. Yeah, I should probably lock all the frame or the layers so it doesn't give that weird effect. Yeah, again, the timing on this is way off. I have to really space it out a bit better. I was just going off on making the frames, or making the boards. Yeah, he closes his fists and he starts channeling his energy into his hand. She's all like, what? And then he pulls out the little flame. Again, to signify the viewers that the flame gives power, because that's a main thing in this animation. That was the point of that. And then she's all like, whoa. And he goes over and gives it to her. And it goes up to her forehead and explodes. And everyone dies. Just kidding. And then it goes to the title sequence. And then I was thinking about that little wipe thing where it draws the symbol and then it fades to her being an adult with that symbol on her head. And yeah. So is this a new design for the Guardian? Does he have a name, by the way, or is this a new character? I feel like I missed a bunch. Don't worry. It's supposed to be confusing. No, yeah, he has a name. I've given him the name Isaac. But other than that though, this is just an introductory kind of thing to show like what he looks like without the little glowy bits on him. So that when it transitions to when she's an adult and she's wakes up and looks around in her environment, but then it cuts to him when he's older, sleeping by a tree. His horns are bigger, he's got a beard. But yeah, how does it signify that? I'm trying to give more character to the, well, characters, so if that makes sense. And then in my brain, I thought, well, she's there and she looks up at the tree, and then you have all these cute little pictures that she's drawn as growing up. And it's supposed to just kind of like show a span to show the viewer that, oh, she's been living here, or she's been with him for a while, and she's, you know, grew up, I guess. In a little bit of span of time. And then this is also subject to change. I might get rid of this scene, but but yeah, then another little bit here that I don't know if I'm gonna make, but the thing is, like, the whole thing about this animation that's really difficult for me is the name itself. It's like, oh, well, she's clairvoyant. What does that mean? So I'm trying to, you know, I wanted to have just a... this animation is supposed to be just kind of like guilty pleasure of me making some cool anime-looking fight scenes and stuff. So it's like, well, I have to incorporate that name somehow. So I thought, have this kind of dream-esque state integrated into the animation itself, which I haven't done much boards of, but I kind of want to have in a part, which is kind of spoilery, but not really, but have a part where she's just kind of lost in her own head and, you know, have like some cool dream sequences somewhere, mostly near the end of the animation. But in order to signify that, I wanted to set up a thing where she has this power where she can go into people's heads because she's clairvoyant. So she like goes and sees what he's dreaming about, and she becomes kind of creepy, and it just kind of warps into like this weird paradise because he's dreaming of himself hanging out on a beach. It's really stupid, but I thought that kind of would give a little bit more context of her being the clairvoyant. But yeah, I had a funny idea where she like trips, and then she just kind of, in reality, accidentally just like shoves her whole hand into his head because she's just kind of like in his dreams. And then it just cuts to him looking up into the sky, and there's just a giant hand coming from the sky. And then that just cuts to him finally waking up and just being grumpy about it. Yeah, also he's gotten a bit thicker, a little bit buffer. Got trying to go for like a kind of muscular dad bod in a way. But yeah, she does a little thing where she's kind of demonstrates. This is another part in the scene where I wanted to showcase what she can do. Now she has this weird symbol on her head. She can like make things float, like a telekinesis. Not really an attribute to a clairvoyant people, when I've noticed. That's there's kind of a difference from what I've, at least the limited research I've done. But I thought that would be the appropriate power, is mind powers. But how that works is, I thought of the idea is, instead of just making something glow and kind of float around in like normal sense, I wanted to play a theme with bandages. That's why, like, in the intro scene, those look like seaweeds, like at the bottom of the ocean, but it's actually floating bandages because of her inner psyche of being like constrained in her head. And I just wanted to play a theme on that. I'm still exploring ideas of how that would work in the later part of the animations, but in the beginning part, I thought that would be kind of a interesting way of having her powers, where she makes bandages, wraps around whatever object she has, and that's how she makes things float. But yeah, just a little sequence of her lifting up a big rock. But I think that's all I'm going to show for now. I mean, I've shown a lot more in previous streams, but it'd be fun, but I feel like I'm not doing enough work right now. In that sense. But yeah, things are looking okay for this. I don't know if I'm going to change much of this. I just will change the coloring, which honestly, that's the only thing that I need to change, really, is just get it back to the same sense of what we got here. So we can, you know, see clearly what the characters look like and have them pop out a bit more, at least for the storyboard sense, so I can, easier to picture in my head. But yeah, this whole sequence is the first chunk, and it ends up being 5 minutes long. Oh yeah, another thing too. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now, but I was gonna have a sequence here. There's this little animation sequence where they go off in the distance, and he like flies her there, and I kind of want to make it a little bit more, kind of a little bit extended, because it seems like it ends too soon. So like, I kind of have them going into the shot here, and then he kind of throws her up in the air at this cool like angle, and then swoof, lands on his back, and she points forward, and then they fly off in the distance. It's kind of cute, but I want to maybe make it a little bit, I don't know. I feel like I should extend it a bit more, have a little bit more fun with it, maybe something, I don't know. But we'll see in the future. It's almost coming to 3 hours here. I think I might take a break. I need to get up and walk around a bit. So I think I'm going to end the stream here. Kind of clear my head a bit. Looking really lively, great sense of the scale of the world. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. And that's another hurdle I have to figure out too, is the backgrounds. Like I can do a little sketch of a background, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. But once I actually get into the colors and all that stuff, I start panicking a bit. I'm like, oh God, I have no idea what I'm doing, because I'm really bad at backgrounds. I have little to no experience in it, but I do want to learn, and I feel like this would be a good learning experience to make backgrounds. So I'm kind of hoping that I can try to get something good out of it. I'm debating 3D just to lay things out. I mean, with your setting itself from your animations, that would make a lot more sense, because you got the cyberpunk kind of esque feel for your characters and that world that you're building. And I feel like 3D objects with, like, you know, the industrial kind of building blocks of sorts will be beneficial for you. But yeah, that is definitely an avenue that would be really interesting. I was considering it for a time, now that Blender has the 2D animation program in it, but that is something I'd have to learn. It'd be a completely new program that I'd have to figure out. So it's like, do I stay with the comfortable program that I know how to work on, or do I try to put this on something completely new? I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I think, yeah, I'm gonna head off for now, guys. I do not know if I'll be back on later today. I might just go into super focus mode, because as fun as this is, I tend to get distracted pretty easily because I'm explaining stuff, and I feel like I'm not working as fast as I should be. But if anything, just, you know, keep on Twitch and YouTube, and you'll see a post if I am streaming again, whether it be this or if I'm playing a game. Yeah, then I do want to make a schedule for the future here, so then people are more, you know, it's more reliable, and for you guys to know when I'm going to be streaming and stuff, because at the moment it's just whenever I feel like it, and it's you know, it's kind of hard to know when I'm going to be on stream. So I do want to do a stream schedule, and I have a schedule in mind, but because it's Thanksgiving next week, I wasn't going to post any schedules yet because I will be busy doing other things during that week, so I probably won't be streaming. So yeah, and that week at least. So at least after, not next week, but the week after, I should have a stream schedule that will be a little bit more better. So then I'll be more reliable to stream a bit more, so you guys will know in the future. So yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you again for all the viewers. It's really great. This is the most active chats has been for many months, and it does fill my heart up, because nothing's worse when you're doing art like this and then there's just no conversation at all, and nobody's like, you know, talking at all, and it's like, what's the point of even being online? No one's paying attention. It does give me a bit of like a showman's anxiety of sorts, though. It's like, oh god, I gotta deliver. I'm not drawing fast enough, or I'm not doing this fast enough, and I get a little nervous. But I feel like that'll get better over time. So again, I really appreciate you guys joining me on this and watching my progress on this very long overdue animation that I can hopefully get more done on. So yeah, thanks again. And I'll see you next time. Just keep on a watch out for that stream schedule in the weeks or so coming, when I manage to figure that out. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks again.